General Kenobi.
Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're all having a great, fantastic day. I know I am because it's always great to be positive and, in general, a good person in life. So let's actually go over hardcore mode in Call of Duty Mobile. It's a brand new mode that we have now, and a lot of people I noticed on Reddit and on my recent video in regards to my hardcore shipment nuke video said that it was very difficult and that it was an annoying mode, challenging mode, but I want to give some tips and tricks I have for this game mode, in fact, that I think will be able to help you out and I highly recommend you taking advantage of. So let's get straight into them. So the number one thing I think we need to look at is my actual class. Look at my perks, look at everything I've attached, the trophy system, my main weapon that I use, what's it called, the equalizer, my secondary, as well as the main weapon that I'm using, which is the AK-47. Now the reason I'm using this weapon instead is the fact that it's a high-powered, high-damage assault rifle. Well, you can one-tap people instantly in hardcore mode, which is going to mean that if you're doing camo challenges, you should take advantage of hardcore mode right now. It's going to be very easy to, get your camos out of the way. It really will be. Now, the reason I use the AK, again, is due to its high damage. Now, I also do have a primary class for it, as long with attachments, and I'm going to be posting up the attachments video for you guys right now, and I do have a best class setup for it, for, core playlist, not hardcore, and it's going to be on your screen right now, and it did very well. It got over 20,000 views. Now, you may be telling me, okay, I don't want to use the AK-47. What other weapons could I use? Very good question. I'm going to put them up on your screen right now a little bit, and these are some examples such as the M16, the QQ9, the Man of War, the list goes on. You're going to see just some examples. Now I highly do recommend you take advantage of all the burst fire weapons just because it shoots more than one bullet, and that's going to make sure that you're going to be able to, get them finished off. Now your health in this mode, according to Hawk's Nest, is roughly 30. So you're going to be wanting to take a weapon that can at least do a 30 damage relatively consistently at different ranges. Now that we have the actual weapons and the basic class setups out of the way, which you've seen on your screen, I want to talk about your secondary. Now, if you don't really care for your secondary, I highly recommend that you run the J358 just because it's going to save you. It saved me before, and I highly recommend it. The MW11 will also work, but it's a two-shot weapon, and unless you're doing camo challenges, I don't recommend it. Because, you want to be able to make sure that you're going to be able to win as soon as possible. Now, some tips and tricks that I do have is in regards to staying cautious. In hardcore mode, you need to stay cautious. You need to know where you are and where the enemy will possibly come from, because you're going to die to the silliest things. There have been moments when I'm close to a nuke and I end up dying to something completely silly or somebody that I'm not even able to see. You're going to be seeing it in the gameplay here that we have for hardcore. Boom, I just died right now to something silly and I wasn't even able to see. Now you may be saying, okay, why are you using the Sparrow? Why not the Equalizer? Because I was still experimenting. These are some old clips of me still experimenting and going for a nuked in this game mode, or just regular gameplay that I had, and I was still experimenting. But the AK-47, by the way, again, I just want to say, was the best. Now let's continue on with something else. Your movement needs to be on point. Your movement. Hardcore is movement, because yes, even though weapons are able to kill you much faster, if they can't get you, then you're good. Just make sure that they're not able to get you. Be attentive. Know where you are. Know your surroundings. And number one, have movement. That's really key. That's why mobility is pretty big in this game, as well as running lightweight so that you're able to run relatively smoothly. One more thing. At one point, you're going to have to play a little bit conservatively. You're going to have to play a little bit campy, not too campy. You don't have to do that, but you need to make sure of where you are and hold your ground and hold a place. Now, don't, sit in a room, because at one point they'll be able to get you. Just, if you're in a building, make sure you roam around 2 to 3 buildings. Make sure you do this sort of stuff just so you can, make sure that you're going to be Gucci. That was kind of cringy. But you get, oh my gosh, that rhymed. But that's one of the things I highly do recommend everybody follows through. It's very important when it comes down to hardcore. Hardcore is not really the easiest mode. Now, I do like hardcore just because at the end of the day, it's a little bit challenging and it's much more different. And I'm a big fan of it. Now, the last recommendation I do have for it is stay patient. Your first few matches are going to be extremely difficult. Boom, I just died to something ridiculous. Ridiculous. Your first few matches, though, they are going to be very difficult and very annoying. So that's something I truly have to say. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like. Please make sure to subscribe. And remember, have a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen.